people who either know Warhol, and of course they're probably thinking, you know, Warhol, Campbell Soup, Marilyn Monroe, but I think this gives them a whole different perspective of who Warhol really is, but the diversity of imagery that Warhol did.
You know, from a young age, Andy Warhol was sick with a disease called St. Vitus's dance, and he was home a lot from school. So during his downtime at home, Julia would bring him comic books, bring him magazines. So he would trace those magazines and he would trace images from the comic books. So, you know, we think from an early age she really encouraged and sparked this creativity and nurtured this creativity. We do see those early roots, his obsessions with Hollywood starting at an early age. He collects a scrapbook and writes to Shirley Temple and, you know, different movie stars, and has them send him publicity stills, which he kept meticulously in a scrapbook. So really his obsession with Hollywood, celebrity, fame started from an early age. While Warhol didn't invent silkscreen printing, he was you know, one of the first artists to kind of incorporated it into his artistic process, and developed a little bit of a modification that allowed him to hand paint the images first, so he could make multiple Marilyns, he could make multiple Jackies in different color combinations, and then add a final silkscreen layer. So you know, he was able to kind of tweak it, make it his own. Combine the hand of the artist with, you know, the machine process of silkscreen printing, and, you know, I think that's what's unique. So Andy Warhol didn't invent silkscreen printing. What he did invent was this process of underpainting, and what he did was he created a tracing from his original image, and that allowed him to then hand paint and block in the color. He could make multiples fairly quickly. He didn't need a screen for the pink, a screen for the orange, a screen for the blue. He was able to reduce his silkscreen process into one photographic image. So he did that by using the tracing and then underpainting a series. That's why you see so many multiple colors of Marilyn, so many multiple colors of Jackie. So after he would block in the color by underpainting, what he would do then is line up the image and register the silkscreen. So the eyes are where the eyes should be, the nose is where the nose should be. And then take a squeegee, and using ink, he would run the squeegee across the silkscreen. And then he would end up with the photographic silkscreen layer on top of his underpainting. So this is what afforded him the quick, easy, simple way to make multiples.
I think that they're going to be really quite shocked and impressed that Warhol even did these kinds of works, number one. Secondly, what do I want them to take with them? I want them to take with them that the fact is a small university of our size could be just as savvy in bringing exhibitions of this quality to a small university in a small town like Fayetteville.
The David McCune International Art Gallery is on the campus of Methodist University at 5400 Ramsey Street in Fayetteville. The Andy Warhol exhibit runs through April 12th. The gallery is open Tuesday through Friday from 11 to 5 and Saturdays from noon to 4, and admission is free. For more information, go to davidmccunegallery.org.